Okay, so I wanted to do this back in October, but I didn't. Okay, kind of glad. Um, so if you can't handle the topic of suicide or thoughts or anything like that, it might not be a video for you. If at this moment, okay. Um, so let's go back in history, quite some time, almost 20 years ago. Um, about 15, 16 years ago. I I would say I was part of the statistic of teens that are part of the LGBTQ that might commit suicide, if at all. Granted, as you can tell, I didn't. Um, I was questioning, well, a little bit, but for the most part, I knew I was bi. And I couldn't talk to my parents about it because of their religious ways and all that stuff. So, I ended up basically not talking to them about it. I did cutting my wrists. I had those wristbands and everything that I got from like Hot Topic, and I covered myself. And that happened. I was doing this for on and off for years. And when I was 16, about to be 17, or just after I was turned 17, I had in my mind of I should not buy myself a gun. And I'm glad I don't buy guns. I'm all for people having guns and support people having it, especially in defense, things like that. But I didn't think it was right for me. Um, but that was then. And it wasn't until this past October for Rec Room's competition solstice thing that some shit happened. Okay, if you know the shit that I went through, you know what I went through. There's a small handful of people to where they know this who it was with and what all went down and all that stuff, and which I won't get into. If you know, you know, type of thing. But there's one person from the outside who really knows all the detail, like my feelings towards this one individual and all that stuff. Okay, I was able to defend myself, like, hey, this my perspective is type of shit. I didn't betray you or anything like that. But what triggered me this time, and I'm 34 years old, okay? This happened a week after my birthday, okay? So, the person, because this individual thought I completely betrayed them and all that, they cut me off from that, receiving messages from me and all that other stuff, and it just spiraled for me. Like, I was used to them talking to me every day. I was on voice call with them through Discord, and we spent hours on a call, a couple times a week or so. And just the fact that they cut me off, that triggered me in a way to made my brain think of, oh hey, look, there's a gun right there. I went to reach for it, and part of my other brain was like, hey, it's not there. Really isn't. Some of you guys are going to be like, oh, there's the hotline. You should have called it. Blah, blah, blah. All that good jazz. Okay. I didn't call it at all. I was able to get a hold of someone who I kind of hated having to talk to them because they were in a different country and they were doing their thing, enjoying their life and all that stuff. But because they've had a bad, I don't know, I want to say bad experience, but they went through an experience with them. There's one person. I thought, like, I could talk to them, okay? They calmed me down, like, 45 minutes or so. Like, hey, yeah, I really don't want to do that. And so, yeah, um, it, this one individual who I was able to end up talking to again, like, I was telling them about this whole thing. Like, I wanted to kill myself. I can't just, like, simply also not talk to someone. Like, it's a progression of time of not talking to someone. And that is okay. Once in a while talking to someone's fine. You know? But just going from every day talking to someone to where no communication at all. Just, no. I can't handle something like that. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I still enjoy talking to them and everything. And just the absolute cut off because of miscommunication. Not wanting to hear my side. That just got to me real bad. And I've had family members say, oh, you shouldn't let someone play with your emotions and all this other stuff. Like, you don't know the situation. You don't talk to me. You didn't even get to try and get to know the situation. Like, we don't talk every day. I don't talk to family members every day. Some family members I just simply don't talk to. And I know I could talk to them. I could call the number. But how I see it is that the phone number is there for those who are generally thinking about it. They're not in the mindset of like, I'm doing this type of shit. I am absolutely doing it if I had it. And there's been a few moments to where if I did it, I would have missed out on great moments. Like if you see me, some things I've activities with my best friend since for 20 years, since kindergarten. Like I would have missed out 3 opportunities. One was the day we were doing Halloween stuff, arts and crafts thing. Then a few days later, we went to see the Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. And of course, it was Thanksgiving with her family. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's the story. That's my side. I was going to do a live stream of it, but like, I didn't think about it. Like, I just didn't want to have comments all of a sudden appear in front of my face of people talking about it and all. So, here it is. Here's a video. Uncut. About the situation. What happened. So, a little bit over 2 months. I'm still here. You might see a lot of me being happy, but like, there's some quotes out there that are roughly check up on the happiest people because they're the loneliest.